Okay, it's recording, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Again, people, this document has a lot of embedded links for you to get extra material that highlights and explains this in far greater detail. And you can see how many times people have used the legal avenue of looking for redress. And from what I gather from this, and I'm not illiterate, I always got A's in English, so I think I understand what words mean unless lawyers use them. If lawyers use them, they won't mean the same thing that I was taught they mean. So, like it says, learn more about the subject matter of this article. Read the petition for redress of grievances regarding the government's infringement upon the right of the people to keep and bear arms. See the related Continental Congress 2009 video presentations. Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership, JPFO, to a Good for You and the USA film, Ralph Connor, Local Legislation Manager, Heartland Institute, the Second Amendment, and No Guns for Negroes film. So, as you can see, people have been going after this crap. Even the African Americans, the blacks here in America, had to face these damn stupid issues over firearms right, and now it's across the board, anybody and everybody. 65% of us Americans are a threat. Hell, I'd die for my country. How can you call me a threat? As long as it's a righteous country. I'll sacrifice my life for a righteous country that does right by all of its people. Damn straight I would. What you are now, I don't know. Alright, let's go on with this. Number 3. Oh, I like this. Homeland. Homeland Security. That should have been the first clue for us as a nation. We had a person in there who was of dual citizenship. Chertoff, right? Wasn't that his name? He proudly proclaimed his dual citizenship. Yet in the Constitution it says nobody shall bear dual citizenship when they're holding office because it's a split of allegiances. You can't serve two masters at once. And yet plainly we've been seeing this going on over a period of time now. It didn't just all of a sudden spring up under our butts. But by letting it just ride, now look at what we have. We have czars who weren't even vetted by anyone. Hey, I want you. Come on. I want you too. Come on. And he's got who he wants. That's why the need for understanding governmental procedure is so paramount in this day and age, in the dangerous slope we're on. And it ain't just a regular slippery slope, it's a damn greased razor blade. Abolish the Department of Homeland Security and thereby return the responsibility for domestic security to the militias of the several states. The term militia, inherently separate from the state National Guard, means constitutional defense force, compromising all citizenry capable of bearing arms and under proper authority in defense of themselves in each of the several states, as well as their communities. I mean, it goes all levels. Make statutes providing for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia and for governing such part of them as may be called to serve the United States, and reserve to the states all other powers relating to the militia. Encourage and support and cease and desist from infringement upon the duty of the people to revitalize the well-regulated militia of each of the several states. B. Remedial instruction to each of the several states. Let me check my time. Okay, looking good. Repeal all state statutes regulating the ownership, use, and transfer of firearms and ammunition. Repeal any state statutes which provide for the registration of firearms and ammunition. 3. By statute, establish an advisory commission on revitalization of the militia of their state in the exercise of their powers over the militia, as reserved to the several states by the Second and 10th Amendments, as well as other provisions of the Constitution for the United States, and the sole purpose of said advisory commissions shall be to study and recommend. A. The means, including all necessary state legislation, and where appropriate, legislation that authorizes direct and independent action by units of local government by which the state can revitalize her militia so as to provide for her particular requirements of homeland security in keeping with strict constitutional principles, and B. Such legislation as may be necessary and proper for Congress to enact in revitalizing her militia in the context of a national program for revitalization all of the militia of each of the several states to some uniform standard of organization, arms, and discipline. All right, now I'd like to put something in here. The United States has the biggest prison industry going anywhere in the world. So how many felons does that exclude from owning firearms who might have been guilty of selling some marijuana or some other stupid shit? All right? You're by default excluding those people. Here's my proposition. In a true militia, everybody has their guns at home. If someone's a felon that's never used a gun against another for any harmful act whatsoever, yeah, by all means give him the firearm to defend the country. Just keep it in the neighbor's safe storage or at a facility for deployment. It's a conditional. It isn't where he can carry it or she can carry it anywhere and everywhere they go. They have to prove themselves. The fact that a person's gone to prison with the frivolous damn laws we have on the books now should not disallow them from defending our country. There's a bunch of those people. There's over 9 million people, I think, in the United States who are convicted felons. Christ, 9 million men or women, but the combination, that's a hell of a damn force. And put in the context of the Dirty Dozen, if you've ever seen that movie. People who have lost everything and stand to gain everything back say they do their service good, and they have some piddly-ass victimless crime, and they do their duty, and they're diligent about their duty. They take pride in their duty. Then wipe their record clean. Because it's all a bullshit case anyway. It's all about the money. It's all about the justification for the war on drugs when it's our own damn affiliate of our government bringing it in. We need to stop the insanity. I can remember, it was in the 70s, I think it was. A guy in Texas was in his car. He had a joint in his ashtray. He got a life sentence. Life. And Playboy magazine even heard about it and assembled a legal team to try to help this person out. Didn't work. He's still in life. I don't know about now, but at that time back then, he was still facing life for one joint. Myself, I wouldn't want somebody next to me defending me and watching my back if they were stoned. Forget it. But it's stupid to penalize them to that extent.